Opportunity to get full custody.
Let me touch that.
Go ahead, bro. And you the one that want to talk about this.
Yes. Obviously, society is trying to make child support seem like it's for the children, but we all know it's not. It's basically income supplementation for the mother.
And her boyfriend.
Yeah. Yes. While he's sitting on the couch playing that. But the thing when it comes to what's best for the children, if the mother is that irresponsible whereas she doesn't have the means to take care of the child that she actually helped create, then maybe you should give it to the father that don't need to ask you for nothing. Because I don't want nothing from you. Give them to me. So you ain't got to worry about me paying you no child support or nothing. But we all know that child support is really used to get a black man in jail. Put a black man in jail. That's what.
Y'all, can I be systematic?
I don't know. Yes, you're right.
No, that's any man. Too many people. All come.
So, is it really for the children if the mother doesn't have to show what she's using the money for? Or if she's taking that money to get her hair and nails done? She on point while them kids looking like shit.
Someone uses
what's the question again? No, that's good. You got plan action. That's good. That's good. That's the best. That's the best analogy I heard yet about show me where the money's going.
Yeah, accountability.
That's good. Which I mean, mine is different. I pay my mom voluntarily. You know what I'm saying? To take up for the income of getting any help from a DSS, which would charge me a lot more money because I already paying the house. But for someone in that situation, I would want itemized idea of where this money is going.
Exactly.
That makes 100% sense. And if the man has more bearing to take care of the child, and you not even have to pay child support, why the hell is it so hard for us to get in there and even have a voice?
Wow.
Not get custody, even have a voice.
Wow. That's real. I know you feel that.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That voice.
So what about the co-parent aspect of?
I'm doing that now.
It's not really co-parenting. It's the father getting the child 4 days out the month. That's as much time, not every situation, but generally that is when you set up visitation and stuff like that. Now, what can a man do 4 days out the month? See, you don't get to even enjoy your child, but that man that's in the house with him, he gets to enjoy your child way more than you do.
Drinking up all his
Exactly. He hogging a video game away from him.
Yeah.
You bought it for your son.
For your son.
But yeah, obviously there's a lot of situations where co-parenting, there's a lot of situations where co-parenting actually works. But the reality of it is, if it didn't work out with you and a woman, something wrong with either one of y'all. Something wrong with one of y'all. So most likely, you're not going to agree on everything. Things that you want, you really ain't got to say. She can take your damn child to another state.
Yeah.
The fuck you? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you what I do.
Because that's not a bad.
So is it really co-parenting?
No, that's visitation.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give all ups to my daughter and Bryson, my grandson's father. He lives in Atlanta. She's in Virginia. And man, when it comes to co-parenting, I give them a plus. It's just crazy how, them two work things out. As far as communication with, when his dad died, he got a girlfriend. She went to the house to support because, not his dad, his mom. She went to the house to support. She stayed at the house with him and the girlfriend and stuff. At a young age, she's 30 now. Things like that. Christmas come, hey, you got him this year, I get him next year. His birthday, his dad came down, bought the gifts and everything to the house. The boyfriend there, whatever have you, all that. Okay? it is awesome. She sent me a text the other day, just a situation, and I'm gonna let her know. Bryce is probably going through something right now to where he needs that time, or he didn't realize that it's been a few months since he's been there to see him. You know, but they're able to communicate like that. The flip side of it is I was that dad that when me and my wife separated and divorced, I wanted to be there every minute. I paid child support. My child support was $750 a month. When I did the math, I still was spending about $1,500 a month as far as the children were, as far as my kids were involved. You know, I didn't have to do that, but I did that because I was that father. I mean, and boy, she tried her best to do everything she could to keep me from being there. You know, my son getting in trouble in school. She ain't called me. You know how I had to find out? Cause I would get them like I took a job, okay? I gave up swing shift and worked Monday through Friday, took a cut and pay so that I could be there every single weekend.
Wow.
You know, I can be, right, exactly. The evenings, every evening, they had football practice. I was there. I had to drive an hour from where I live to them to go to football practice.
You told me you was here, right?
No. This is when I was in. My kids,
Okay.
my kids older. So, yeah, it all boils down to like somebody put on Facebook. They said, ask the father, what size shoe. He complained about this by asking what size shoe or somewhere. When me and my second wife got married, I went to the house because she was so salty about me getting married. I went to the house, picked the kids up. I'm 5 minutes late. She gone. You know what I say? That's cool. I said, where you at? You late, so I'm gone. Okay, cool. So I tell my fiance, we're going to order the tux. I go to order the tux. They say, are you sure? I said, yeah. I say, I know what size my kids wear. That wedding day, perfect. Because I had to take, it was a lot of pain and struggle when it came to that. But, and like I say, I commend my daughter for co-parenting. You don't pay child support. She doesn't pay child support. The way she does it is, she makes decent money, he makes okay money, he carries the health insurance, and anything she needs, she picked up the phone, boom, cash out. She was talking about boxing. When I was there the other week, we took her to the boxing gym. His dad wanted to get him into boxing. I said, well, it's $100-something a month. Who can get him back and forth? Oh, we already worked that out. He could pay for the first 4 weeks, then I'm gonna pay for 2 weeks, and he could pay. You can't beat that, man. You cannot do it.
Go ahead, Joe.
So 11 wide.
So
My son was 11 wide.
11 wide.
15 was 11 wide.
There you go.
All right, my son,
That's what it's supposed to be.
size shoes is 11.5. My daughter, you
It's
can't
not
tell her
always
down
a
with
good
nothing.
program.
She buys her own stuff. I give her money. She's better with money than me.
Exactly.
Let me
That
tell you
sounds
something.
sweet.
When I came home in 2018, October 2018, I went to the gas station and my mom gave me $5 to get what you want. I got a banana and a protein shake. He said, "What the hell is that?" The same uncle I said on the day, I said, "Well, man, this is stuff I can't get. Fruit and protein drinks. That's what I want." They said, "All right, well, your cousin got you a pint of liquor." So I was like, "I want that too." You know, I do drink. You know what I'm saying? So we shoot to the house and I walk in. The first thing that hit me was inside my mom's house, her furniture was lawn chairs. The games that my preteens had were board games, right? Preteens, no technology, board games. You know why? Because they couldn't afford it. They were my mother's fixed income while I was gone. So everybody that blew me up, "Hey man, you homeowner?" Didn't talk to me. Man, we're busy right now. Work 7 days a week. No car. They haven't called for 5 years. My granny got dementia. My mom was caretaker of her at the time. I ain't had time for nobody to do.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? My ex-wife, she started hitting me up. I'm like, "What do you want?"
Right.
She's like, "Oh, you're home."
I'm here for
No
that.
rap. Divorced you in prison, gave my mama temporary custody of my part, and just took yours. From
Right.
court, in the law library, my damn self. I sat there every day for almost 2 years figuring out a way to get her to sign the wrong thing. She signed it. I
You said get her to sign the wrong
signed the
thing.
wrong damn thing. She wanted to untest a divorce. I got the paper. I sent it to her. She agreed to one thing. She changed the paperwork, turned it in. And whenever they said, "Mr. Pastor, it's time to go to court," I said,
You
"That must
on
be some kind
camera,
of-"
man.
No, I did that. It was legal.
Too late now. He already did.
No, it's legal.
You already
No, I didn't do nothing illegal.
You agree?
No, listen, I nothing
Just
illegal.
because she ain't take time to read out,
No,
she
no,
don't write.
no, she was manipulative.
Yeah.
She took the paperwork I sent her. She agreed to an uncontested divorce from Georgia.
so you
And said she agreed, she agreed that my mom should have the kids on my paper that I had notarized. So I sent it back to her. She turned it in without that paper.
Got you.
And we got an uncontested divorce.
Gotcha.
So whenever I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell nobody nothing. My mom didn't got big mouth. Right? So I didn't say nothing. I said that for a year and a half with that on my chest.
Right.
So they sent me the subpoena saying we're going to transport you to child support, to child custody or whatever. I can't think of the name of it. Family court. So I wrote a notarized letter back saying affidavit, wrote up an affidavit form, said there must be some kind of mistake. Because on date me and Jameel proceeds both agreed that my mother should have custody of the children until I come home. If that's not what she turned in, that is a breach of trust.
Right.
We're legally still married, and I will pursue legal action against the one person I thought I could trust the most, my wife.
That's heavy, man.
Right? As soon as that went through to her lawyer, as soon as it went through to my lawyer, my mom's lawyer, that case was closed. She didn't show up.
I
So
think,
right. Well, hear me out though, hear me out. So when I come home, I got all that responsibility now.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, shit, I done took that on.
Yeah.
You understand? I done manned up from back there, like, nah, I got them.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But that means different when you come home and you got nothing. You owe the state. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing and you owe us $1,200, we gonna lock you up.
Right.
If you don't make it here once a month, you gonna lock you up.
Right.
You better have that $50. If you can't pee in this cup, we gonna lock you up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's real, bro. That's happening. So I work 7 days a week to drive for just that reason. Let me tell you something. I tried to be nice to my ex-wife. After I got everybody set up, so I took the kids to meet her. Because my mom can't deal with it. It ain't happening. Mama ain't going for it. I ain't put mama through that.
Right.
Right? Mama ain't got to. Mama carried the weight. You know what I'm saying? So I go up there and I let them hang around each other, talk to them. They give the kids all these promises. We're going to get you this for Christmas.
Right.
Get you that for Christmas.
Right.
But that didn't happen. So Daddy went ahead and bought it on the low in case it didn't happen.
Right.
Because they already had enough disappointments. You know what I'm saying? So for me, now my kids look at me and said, Daddy, Mama ain't called us in a year.
whoa,
A year.
whoa.
Right? So the co-parenting is really with my mother.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And trying to figure out how to help these kids through the trauma of their mom taking such an L, she just disappears. You understand? But I still gotta wear that though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I still gotta wear it. Because even though she said she was trying, she was telling me what she was really doing in her life. And that wasn't going around with children.
Right.
It ain't happening. It wasn't happening when we met in college. It ain't happening now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's, for me, hearing some of the things you're saying, I'm shocked. Because I'm thinking to myself, if he's sitting there playing the game I bought my kid, I'm going back to prison. You hear me? I ain't gonna take that. Because I know how hard I'm trying.
What you were saying just now was real.
Yeah. You thought, yeah.
I got something deeper than that, man.
I'm gonna tell you what else
It's
is
people out there
real.
going through this right now.
Wait, hold on, I got to say this.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how to take what you just said, but why would you even ask me that?
I guess he thought it was
Our
hypothetical.
situations are the same.
I guess he thought it was hypothetical.
Yours, mine, yours, his, and mine.
Mine
are
different. I got one for y'all,
absolutely
though.
Yeah, mine is
the same.
blessed.
My son,
Now,
my son,
we got time
he
to
can't-
talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, he come to my house one day, right? He said, Dad, Mama said you ain't paying child support.
Put me on 5 minutes, because I didn't
Yeah.
listening to this.
Yeah, he said, Mama
I'm
said
gonna
you
get
ain't
good
paying
on
child
it.
support.
I got to tell you about this.
I said, okay. I had to keep a book
Oh, okay.
because she took me to court so much.
Oh,
I had to keep a book of every payment that I had made to her. And I didn't want to do that, but I had to show him. He was at that point, he said, I had to show him, son, my paycheck, and I ain't afraid of it, my paycheck every 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, and I'm working as a police officer, my paycheck was $250 after they took off child support.
Damn! Shit, excuse me.
I seen the guy at SCDC, he been crying.
You
He
said,
had $88
yeah.
after child support.
So check this out. So I say,
$88.
So I say, son, I just left the court before I came to pick you up and wrote your mama a check for $800 something. Because if I was 2 weeks late, she had me in court. All right? My son said, he's sitting there thinking, I know you're a smart kid. He said, okay. He said, that's why she was sitting at the table counting out hundreds and just bought shoes. So her boyfriend could go on vacation this weekend.
Yeah. Who don't?
Go ahead, D.
So what he's saying? Yeah.
Tag you in.
I'm waiting on this. Co-parenting. It does help responsibility of person. Child support sometimes help a man be a man. Now my situation, I thought I had it good. But it can be a problem if you're not worried about the child and you're worried about the woman instead of worrying about what goes on with the child. You got that going on. Yo, so who your mama be dating? What be going on? Now you're creating a habit. But I had my child up until he was for 4 years. My oldest for 4 years. And I still got hit with child support. Went through that. But where the destruction came in at is when I went to jail for child support, because back then, you know, the girls was getting the $200 food stamps and the $159 check. And I never reported like if the child was with me or whatever, and I went to jail for that. That kind of scared me. So when I did get a job far off, my kids stayed a distance. They wasn't always living in Clarendon County. So I wasn't always able to make it to go pick them up on the weekend, because I'm like, yo, I work in one school in there, I'm gonna make sure this child support. It started to program my mind like child support was everything. And that's how I started losing points with my kids, because I'm saying, when we arguing, Dad, you ain't there to talk to me. Man, I'm paying child support, make sure y'all straight. And it was those are the things that wasn't enough. So it does put a damaging in between a relationship. But sometimes if the parents are poisoning the mind also, yeah, your dad paid that little bit of child support, but look what his other son got or his other daughter got that you don't got. And sometimes the women they wasn't using the resources to make sure the child get accommodated, because you still buying sneakers. They sneakers might be worn off, they still gotta get a haircut. And that's why those dudes sitting home, you talking about this dude made love to you good, yeah, because he's sitting there drinking all the milk, and he chilling. He drinking all the milk.
How many kids you got?
I got 4 kids.
I'm about to peep game for all the young men out here that's watching right now.
So the thing is, it's a gift and a curse at the same time, but I really feel like things need to be itemized. Because even some children get old enough when they got a relationship with their mother, the check might be coming in for 3 of your kids or 2 of your kids. They got the oldest child cashing the check. And now the other kids ain't getting it, so it's a gift and a curse, because kids don't always get what they need to get out their child support check, man. And then you got these hustling dudes sitting around here, baby, buy me a half an ounce of weed, let me go out there and flip that. And she coming out her pocket with the money. Because some of these girls are cool, because they want younger dudes in the house sitting in there while they working. He got the car all day, he's smoking chronic with his homeboys and calling himself hustling. So you paying for that, which becomes a big problem later on. But I say the damaging part of that sometimes, if you're not co-parenting, is if you are co-parenting, try to co-parent and focus on the child versus, hey, who he dating, what we're not now.
I'm about to go in there.
I get what you say, but part of co-parenting is knowing and having understanding about who else is around your children. Now, if your word or your opinion doesn't matter on that, then you're not co-parenting.
It should matter. True. It should matter about the surroundings of your child.
I don't understand that.
Huh?
I don't understand.
Go ahead, bring it back.
Say that again.
Whoever, because this person is most likely going to be around your children.
I ain't never hear nobody went through what I've been through in my life.
Was it a rhetorical question you asked?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying,
going
going through, hearing y'all say what y'all are saying, I thought I was the only dude.
But now you see you're not.
I ain't never thought.
I'm about to peep game.
But go ahead, finish, sir. I apologize.
The
This
reason
is
why,
shocking me, man.
the reason why I'm careful with that, because
Shot
you
all
know,
young motherfuckers.
one thing I did learn, like you said, you should know who's around your child, but you do have dudes.
It's the
and
motives, I
women.
guess.
The motives, there you go. Like so, what mama did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to ask, hey, the things you should ask is how things treating you, how the thing going, so you can keep that dialogue open. But there are evil people in the world, man, because mama always say you watch who you have your kids by. If all of us can do a survey or go back and do it again, we probably would. But they aim at the wrong things, man. Like, God, they are jealous guys that jealous that this dude is now with my baby mom. So I'm making a living hell. Look at the situation. If you look at what we're going through as far as the billboard thing, we got a little boy on
You got
there,
all control.
right? This little boy was killed, man, because of his parents. His
That's
dad
what I'm about to
answered
say.
his mama
That's what I'm about to
questions.
say.
Now I'm trying to
I
get
don't
that
think
fixed.
you got enough time, bro.
And this little boy wanted to answer my question. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying this is so important, man, because you can get wrapped up in that. A lot of people get wrapped in that. They want to know who around their child. It's cool to know who around your child, but when you start asking questions like, okay, mom, is they doing this or they doing that? You digging too deep inside of that child's brain. You should be more focused on the well-being of that child. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so all the young men out there,
Pay your child support too, man.
fuck that.
He talking about fuck that. Man, some kids going to jail.
Because I'm in a situation right now.
Okay, what's your situation?
I put myself on child support for my 13-year-old.
That's real.
When you with a young lady, you have a child with her, and you know it's no possibility you're gonna be with her, she's gonna put your ass on child support, especially if you start dating. So here's a little game, young man. Beat her to the punch. Put yourself on child support, you got all control. You get control how much money you pay. You get control what days you see your child. And if that young lady don't bring the child the days you're supposed to have, you got a court document. You call the police, they ass go to jail.
That's real.
Oh, they do that now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got all the power, young man. So you have a child, and you know there's no way that you and this young lady's gonna be together. Go to that courthouse, put yourself in child support. Trust me, it's coming. Especially if you start dating other women.
Oh, yeah,
Jealousy
it's coming.
kicked in.
The hate and jealousy coming.
I had to do
I
that
ain't
myself,
never
young
heard that
man.
in my life.
I had to do that
Serious,
myself,
bro.
young man.
See what I'm saying? It's
Speaking
coming.
from experience.
Yeah, that's real good.
Proceed. Who else got next?
Well, that's heavy. What's your name?
Terrance.
Terrance. You finished what you said? What you were saying earlier, if you can
Yeah, you
remember?
know, like when you start talking, you get cut off.
You're right.
You're right.
My apologies on that, but I want to.
I want to say something on what he said. Cause
I'm gonna deal with a different side of the coin.
Oh, yeah,
once
I know
everyone's
he good.
finished.
Yeah, I think it's right decision.
You know,
You been?
you didn't tell us.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You good? I mean, I didn't hear
You
yours.
said you had something to say.
No, I just said I got something totally different from y'all experience.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Mine's totally different, and that's nothing that I did special. It's just by the grace of God, to be quite honest with you. Me and my son's mother worked it out that it had to be from day one about him.
That's
now.
Damn, that's real.
It was really challenging because how much should I say? Okay.
Say you're right, she watching this.
Be
I know.
nervous, man.
She watching this. Say you're right.
These videos.
Oh, you might need to go to that courthouse first.
Be easy now. Be easy. Be real easy, brother.
It didn't work out the way that it was intended, and so she caught feelings because I had moved on.
Okay.
Like you said,
Okay.
and we was working at the same place, and management came in and said, "Did you do?" And I said, "No, I didn't." And then they said, "If your paperwork come in, you fired." And I was fired.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. So now you ain't getting anything.
Right.
So your whole, what you was
The plan, right.
If your intentions was to truly get money, which I told you I was going to give you in the first place, you didn't really get that. You knew you wasn't intending for that. Your intention was retaliation. And so we dealt with that. We made it through that, and it didn't change. Her mindset didn't change until she found someone new. And what I had to do is once she did was build a relationship with him. And so because I was, by the grace of God, able to be mature enough to see that it's about him, my child, not, trying to complete with you and nothing like that.
You also want to see other men is around your child.
Yeah, certainly, most certainly.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was to get and build a relationship with him for, yes, to understand who's around my child, but also to get across to her and allow her know, hey, she's going to be highly influenced. I know the person I'm dealing with because I was with her. So she's going to be heavily influenced by his opinion. So if I can get and determine his opinion of me, then I can get her to change her opinion of me.
That was witty as hell.
Hey, that was good.
So she ended up conceding as he got into preschool that he needed to be with me so that I can raise him as only a man can.
That's heavy, man.
So since then, until now, he's in 6th grade, he's been with me.
That's heavy.
So fortunately, it worked out, and anytime she needs him, I'm like, so there. I take care of everything financially. Everything. And that's not to say that she can't, right? Or she won't, because she loves him. But I want her to know, hey, that's not your responsibility, right?
Yeah.
It's mine.
And all I want you to do is to be there for him, because at the end of the day, he still needs his mother. And so, you know, we have, and all of us are able to talk and work things out. She's able to communicate with my wife. I'm able to communicate with her. Unfortunately, she done moved on to a different dude, and so, you know.
Is the balance still there
That's
though?
unfortunate.
He said,
No, I said unfortunately.
Oh, unfortunately.
I said
Because
unfortunately.
he had a relationship with the other dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
That's
so
real.
you had already settled.
You got other kids in your
Yeah.
marriage? The marriage you in now?
No.
Okay.
She has 2 other girls.
Well, that's like, you know, my wife was married before and she had 3 other kids who were previously married. I mean, her ex-husband be like, I'm tight.
Yeah.
It should be that way, man. Attack is
It
good.
takes a lot of maturity.
I talk trash about the Cowboys every football
Y'all make sure that it stays where it stays.
It takes both parents recognizing that it's not about me, it's not about you, it's about that child.
There you go.
It
And
takes,
until you're able to do that,
it took,
it's gonna be
But
tough.
there's some
It took some
evil, there's
years.
some evil men and women in this world who just don't compromise sometimes. You know,
it
like
took some
people
years,
say.
but I can go sit now with my ex-wife and her husband. I sit in that restaurant.
Once he feel like you
He
in the
cooked me
clutch.
shrimp
Yeah,
and
yeah.
crab cakes.
Yeah.
Hey, they the best I done had.
Wow.
Last person, Jameel, you got
Yeah.
something? Here we go.
Yo, Jamil's is interesting. Listen to him.
Yeah, you got
I'll
something.
witness this.
Yeah, nah, my whole situation with, I had no idea men went through this. Cause I thought I was the only guy that ever went through it.
Wow.
So I'm sorry your brother isn't here, but when I asked him, it wasn't an offensive thing. It's just that I was the loneliest mentally, physically person in the world. Cause I was fighting for custody of my sons, 3 sons. And turns out that they were all not biologically mine. But I thought at the time
Tell the
they
story.
were. You understand what I'm saying? Because they got my last name.
Wow.
So I thought at the time they were mine. And so when their moms went on her, she was a street person. They'll know the whole story. She was a street person. And she was just out there, man. And so,
You signed a birth certificate?
yes,
He was there for all the
I was there for all of it. And so I got these 3 boys.
Strong man.
And they calling me dad. And any place I go, they with me.
Always.
Same thing you said, I gave up everything, the party, everything for them.
Yes.
It didn't matter. And I stayed with the woman even though she was doing what she was doing. But she decides to leave. I let her take the children. She take them to a bad environment. They were being physically abused there. So in fact, where they were staying, one of the guys they were staying with murdered a lady and her daughter.
Yeah.
And that dude was beating on my son. So my son is 2-3 years old, and they came to me on a Sunday, and I'm taking them back where they live in Summerton, and they crying, man. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? I tell you, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get y'all next week. So they tell me he be beating on us. They be leaving us at home by ourselves. They don't give us nothing to eat. I said, okay, Monday I'm coming to get y'all. Live or die, and I don't believe in not keeping my word.
Right.
So I went to the job with my ex-wife first, and I was like, look, just let me keep them, right? And then, cause I got a stable place to stay.
Yeah.
She agreed to it, but the moment I got down there,
Changed up.
everybody outside for me. They gonna take care of me and stop me from getting my children.
Wow.
So it just so happens, I can't put that on camera, but I did. I did what I did. And I told them, get in the car. Summoning police, Sumter police, Manning police, all after me. You kidnapped those children. You kidnapped them at gunpoint. You did this, you did that. Listen, I hit them at my neighbor's house. I said, y'all can take me to jail, do whatever you want, but you're not getting these babies. You understand what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen. But man, I felt, so hearing you, I felt like I was the loneliest person in the world. I'm like, no men don't go through nothing like this. So then I go to take them to court. I go to take her to court, and the judge tells me, no, listen specifically, no black man will ever get custody of their children. I'm in the
Georgia, what district?
here,
I promise you they won't
in
get
Manning. I'm
Prove
here.
that.
I'm crying in
They will
the
not be
courthouse
able to
like a
go.
baby, man. Like I told them I could protect them, and I can't. The receptionist came to me. She gave me a hug. She said, son, if God got something for you, if you believe you're doing the right thing, do it. We finally get to court in Sumter, man, and I bring all these files and stuff to come to the court. I'm the businessman. I'm ready. He asked my ex-wife to start talking first, man. This woman, I couldn't believe it. She said, yeah, I party. Yeah, I smoke crack. Yeah, I do this. And he looking at me, and even the lady, what's the whatever.
Yeah, right.
She busy shit giving me tissue, man, because I'm crying like, this can't be happening. So the judge hits the gavel, boom, they're in your custody. I'm walking out of the court, my ex-wife squares me off in the courtroom, nigga, you gonna die. You ain't taking my kids from me, right? But I ain't never known nobody went through nothing like that. Until I'm hearing you, I'm hearing you, and I'm sitting there for years. I raised them boys since they were babies till they grew up. But I'm sitting there for years lonely because I had to give up everything. I ain't had no buddies, they don't know, no friends, I ain't had nothing. Just me and them because they were on me. I remember one time I cut my son's hair short, and he got a little wop head like mine. My head gotta go off to the east. So the damn police pull up in the yard, man, with the teacher. He's beating that boy. So they were on me, man. I went through some shit. So hearing y'all talk about it, and I'm like, where the hell y'all been when I was going through it?
Is to watch the relationship by him doing all the sacrifices that they got with him now. It's still pops. They know no different.
Right.
They know nobody else but this man.
Right.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not even your biological children that's some stand up.
Yeah.
Biologically don't really
Yeah,
mean
no, I
nothing
don't.
sometimes.
No, I'm just saying, most people that's the easy way out.
And to do it
Yeah,
three
you can
times.
just snatch up your rookie. Bro, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Just hearing y'all talking,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They say men don't cry, but I'm about to boo-hoo because I'm like, shit, where y'all been?
Because you got men
Because we could have had some kind of group or something to kind of hang together, man. I remember one time I'm on the porch, man, and my little boy, he's like, Dad, you all right? And I'm like, man, I'm all right. I'm just heartbroken. You want me to call somebody? Your heart broke? I'm like, no, it's not. So I put so much pressure on them as young boys.
Yeah.
And the other, I just told y'all my son was just shot at and everything. He called me that night, man. It's 1 o'clock at night. He called me and he talked to me for 2 hours straight till his phone went. He like, Pops, I just want you to understand what I was going through. And I'm listening to him. Because, I mean, he hangs up the phone and an hour later,
It's bad.
it's bad. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
So, yeah, man,
For the
listen
2 hours
to
you talking to him, you kind of getting away.
Right.
It's like you in a fairy tale,
Right,
fantasy land,
right.
and when you hang up, it's back to reality.
Back to reality. That's right.
This might sound minor, but when you talk about the mental health part of it and everything, for 5 years before my kids were old enough to realize for themselves, her birthday, I get her money. I give money to my mom to take them shopping for her birthday. For Mother's Day, I give money to my mom to take them shopping. For 5 years, I didn't see my kids for Father's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, none of that, because she would manipulate them into thinking, oh, you know, like I called my son, I said, hey, look, Father's Day this weekend, y'all coming this weekend? Oh no, we going to the beach.
She got to do something else.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You know,
Something fun.
yeah,
Something fun. Yeah.
She ain't telling them, yo, hey, it's your dad's birthday, call him. None of that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm sitting there on my birthday and Father's Day, and I'm like, you know, hey, I'm doing all this for my kids. I'm doing all this for my kids and trying to show them. And I mean, just like you said, thank God that I kept with it.
Right.
That nowadays, you know, today they realize, right.
Right.
Every year, I do the same thing every year, and it just so happens I be working night shift. First person I call is my daughter, then I call the boys, in that order, in the age order.
That's real.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
that thing hurt though.
yeah, and people don't realize, when you're going through it, people don't realize how different it is, man.
Mom will text me,
They don't know.
happy birthday, daddy, or happy Father's Day, and I just be like, damn, they're not gonna pick up the phone and call.
Right.
Exactly.
I started to begin to think that my kids was hating me. Like I was
Right.
telling my wife, I'm like, man, my kids don't like me. They hate me. Boom, boom, boom. And
Right.
nothing you can control.
That's all they do is text now.
You know?
Yeah,
And it's bad because like
somebody
somebody poisoned them, and sometimes, it's like you said, it's the influences in the house, man. But when you try to fix it, man, and they do learn the truth, I guess they come back around. Cause I used to laugh, man. He used to be with a grocery cart, and his kids would be walking on the side of the road, and they was all in single file line, like, you know, they had to find us.
Hey, I seen a picture of you on Facebook. All four of y'all was in suits. Y'all militant, man. I'm like, damn.
Dale, no, we was in the hood,
No.
man. Any influence, any place off the path 5, they were gone.
Yeah, they be out there reading.
And still, when they got old enough, they went anyway. You understand
That's
what I'm
what I'm
saying?
telling
So
you,
it's
it'll
like-
always be our fault, man.
And let me tell you something, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. When it comes to the time with your kids as a father, you can never get that back.
That's right.
I don't care what the cause of losing that time is. You can't get it back. 13 years I wasn't with my kids.
Right.
And let me tell you, when things get hot and heavy, they never let me forget that.
Right. It
You know
comes
what I'm
up. It comes
And
up.
then listen, it may be spontaneous and we know you're trying, Daddy, and it goes back to what it is, but that will never come back.
That's right.
So
It's-
anyone that
Seem like
doesn't,
it more.
anyone that doesn't have a forced separation from their children, even if it's just a letter I wrote my kids every month, I call them every chance I got. I call so many cell phone charges. And my daughter said, Daddy, how come I can't come see you? This is 2009, right? I mean, no, excuse me. January, I think it was January 2010. I said, well, baby, Daddy got caught with a cell phone. I don't have any visitation. Plus a couple of stabbing drugs.
Yeah, so other stuff.
I said, so, you know, I just don't know if I can talk to you. She said, well, Daddy, what's going to happen if they catch you with that cell phone you got now? And she didn't even ask me if I was on the cell phone. She just knew it.
Yeah.
I said, well, baby, they ain't gonna catch me. She said, no, Daddy, but what's gonna happen? I said, well, I won't be able to see you for a little bit longer. She said, Daddy, I don't like that. You better get rid of that cell phone. I'll just wait so I can see you. I want to see you. I said, baby, don't worry. I got somebody watching the door. She said, Daddy, they always catch y'all. I watch TV. she said they watch. They
Or
watch
the
that
couch.
watch,
I'll always
So
get
listen,
you.
hey, she scared the hell out of me, right? So I immediately without telling too much information, I get rid of the jack, right?
Yeah.
Just like abracadabra. I'm still smoking bud back then, right? 'Cause I grew up, I ain't damn marijuana with no thing, right? So I light up the little blunts. I'm nervous. I'm like, damn, this young
Yeah, you gotta calm
But then I thought
down.
about it. I said, wait a minute. This is 2010. I said, if I
You
ain't
smoke that,
this
you gonna get going.
and I failed a drug test,
Right.
and she asked me why I
Another
can't come
problem.
see her. I said, I'm not gonna ever lie to him because I already ain't there.
Right.
The last thing I'm gonna do is lie to him, right?
That's right.
So I dropped that shit and told her, I'm gonna tell you what, I ain't smoked weed since, right?
That's what's up.
But I'm gonna say, it doesn't change shit.
That's right.
No matter how hard you try,
That's
no matter
right.
what you wanna do, that
They can bring it up
separation is there.
anytime. Yeah.
So if it's forced and you can't help it, do the best you can to reach out to
That's
him.
right.
And I mean that to anybody that's out there. If
That's
you're a
a
young
fact.
cat, you're a father,
the
realize
best you can.
that your absence is definitely a trauma and a
It
disrespect
is.
to your child.
Yes.
Period.
Now,
And let me say something from the child's
That's
perspective
right.
that's not a father.
I respect that.
If you say something, do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Damn right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
it.
That's right.
That's it.
That's why I tell my wife, stop telling these kids stuff that you ain't gonna say something.
Yeah.
You gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I tell my
Because
wife,
it's
yeah,
important.
yeah.
You gotta
You take
Yeah.
them, you say how they come back and bring that back up,
Yo.
because you take them right back.
Where they were the trouble.
Yep.
Yes,
Back to it.
to that pain,
You're
to that hurt.
You're right. 'Cause y'all
Do
should
not
be back there just now.
Say
Damn.
anything that you won't make sure that you're not gonna do.
Absolutely.
Just don't
That's
do
all.
it.
That's all.
Just don't do
So it's cool to just say, nah, we can't do
it.
it.
Yeah, I'll try my best, I'm not
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
but
I say
if
no.
you say I'm gonna do
I say
something,
no.
if I'm
I
gonna
say
say
no, what's the
something,
problem?
I'm gonna be there, I'm taking
I'd rather
you
be
whatever,
surprised.
you better do it.
They respect you when they get older for
Yeah.
you telling them no.
Yeah.
They respect you.
Because then now you have
They trust you.
Yeah, they need to
that's
let me
it.
know.
Well, I
They
appreciate
respect
this,
that.
man. I really
Yeah, for real.
All right,
You know
gentlemen.
what?
Thank
Let's
y'all,
help a lot on that.
That's it for the show today.
Yeah.
I appreciate you
Word,
guys.
it was great, man.
Special guest. Yeah, you got any last words you want to say about man?
Yo, man, I
We
would
didn't
like
even get a chance to go at it today.
I would like, my last words, man, I would like for all of y'all, man, to participate in remembrance of murder victims, September 25th, if y'all could be there. Maybe I can get y'all to get some kind words, put some kind words with y'all. I'm also having a memorials for my son, April 10th, out at the park, man. And some of y'all could show up, man. It'll be April 10th at 4 o'clock. You know, and support some of the things we have. We'll send you our cash apps and stuff on what's going on with the kids, man. If you can, man, just
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
try
mean,
to
Cash,
get
we
that's,
want
that's my son's birthday, but I'm gonna try my best.
okay.
I'm
Well, if you don't make it to the
What time?
memorial,
September.
huh?
What time is April 10th?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
At the park over there?
Yeah,
Which
we're gonna be at the Girlwood Park.
Oh, I'll be in uniform, but I'll be there.
Right, I hope you do. Please come in uniform.
Yeah.
Keep some calm down there.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the house where he got murdered at and drop some balloons and stuff, too. So I would appreciate it if you can come. But if you can't make it to this event, fellas, the Remembrance Day for like Man Lives Matter, remember murder victims will be September sometime.
Yeah.
25th, we'll shoot you the dates. And like I say, man, maybe y'all come get some encouraging words.
Yeah.
Hope we come back to the show.
yeah,
I enjoyed myself, man.
Y'all been real today, boy.
Word, it was real, man.
You got a Cash App, you got Facebook, what's your social
Yeah, the
media?
Cash App is $.
Hold on, that's why I'm looking up now. Matter of fact, just put this in there, I'm slow.
But go ahead and say it, 'cause we gonna put it
Yeah,
down
yeah,
on the
say it
bottom.
right
Yeah.
there.
It's gonna be $MY, well, capital M,
Capital M,
YRITAP,
that's his wife.
capital P at the
Don't
end.
send no money to nobody else but his wife.
Yeah,
Don't
she
send
takes
nothing
the
to
everybody
nobody
Dollar
else.
sign,
Say it one more time, please.
Dollar sign, capital M, lowercase YRITA, capital P.
Right. Don't even send nothing to me, just send it straight to him.
Marita Powell?
To his wife.
Yeah, that's her, Marita Powell.
Thank you guys for the day.
$20 right now.
Appreciate
Oh,
it.
appreciate
No
it,
problem,
man.
man. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all so
Thank
much,
you.
man.
For sure.
I can't wait to come back, man.
Yeah, man.
It's been a Miller experience.
So we'll be back in May for episode 4. We're gonna have our special guest Wardell Cooper and also hopefully a female guest.
Oh, my man Wardell coming
Yeah,
up
he's
there?
coming in May.
What? You know Wardell?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the subject, I'm gonna let y'all know the subject, the first subject for that show. Women don't want Russell Wilson. They want Future to act like Russell Wilson.
Oh!
See y'all next one. Subscribe to our Facebook page, Ernest Stanford Miller, Instagram _ the Miller Experience, and subscribe, like, share my YouTube channel.
Wait a minute.
The Miller
Somebody
Experience.
get
Don't y'all forget now. Don't forget to check out. Hold up. Let me get a plug in there real quick. Don't forget to check out our show too, man. Tell it like it is.
Yeah.
And the Truth Show, man. We want y'all to be sharing too, man. Word. All right, that's what's up.